I got it. I got it. Cowboy Nation, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a one dot darn minute. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Whatever. Wait. It's not over yet. Don't cut this video off yet. I know you're probably thinking. I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, he finna say the Cowboys still got a shot. If you thinking that, you were absolutely right. Man, it took me a while. As you can see, I got on all black. You don't see my pants, but I got on all black on my pants and my socks. Dak, I gotta say it right because people are, you get breaking news for the wrong reasons. All right, listen. Dak Prescott, what full name? Rain Dakota Prescott. Football died on Sunday. He was a good quarterback. He was a very good quarterback. He was the best leader in the NFL, hands down. Find a better one. He was cerebral in his potential, was off the charts. He was approaching Steve McNair status, I would say. He was on that. I say you have to go to a Super Bowl to be Steve McNair. That is R.I.P. Steve McNair. It's not a football death we experienced. That's a real one. But aside from that, Dak Prescott is no longer with us this season. And I mean, guys, you got to really realize, you got to really, really understand what we just experienced. Dak didn't just tear his ACL. Dak didn't just break a finger, a thumb on a throwing hand or something like that. Dak got, that's how it was. I remember Kevin Ware, I think his name was, he played for Louisville. And I don't know if it was the Final Four or not. He was a college basketball player. He went up for a three. He shot a three and came down with one leg. His leg just exploded. It was like, remember Willis McGahee, Nick Chubb, Paul George, Joe Theismann. The list goes on. Alex Smith. I never would have thought. And I remember seeing Dak when he was just a little bitty quarterback, came in throwing the ball all awkward, looking like Tim Tebow 2.0. And he blossomed. He blossomed to the point where this is the best part about a player. I love when they get to this place. You have to be able to look at his college film and say, oh, that's what that'll look like when he's ready in the NFL. You got to be able to look at that. And the thing about Dak, some players do this too. Pat Mahomes has done this too. You can look at that college film and say, oh, that's what that looks like. But when they triumph that, that's such a beautiful thing. When Aaron Rodgers was Cal's top quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks ever to step foot in Cal, he comes to the NFL and he triumphs that. Not just a solid quarterback, he is probably the best quarterback, one of the best. And we're looking at Pat Mahomes as if he's the best quarterback ever. We've never seen that. Dak, kudos to you. You did that. But you still got a long ways to go. Bringing all things back together. And that is I may seem comical about it, but in all retrospect, guys, I played football. A lot of us that do these videos, they've played football, or at least they know somebody who did it. That's not a joking matter. And if you are one of those people who, if you're one of those people who didn't want Dak in there, and you found some kind of relief when you saw what we saw on Sunday, I'm going to refrain from name calling because I'm trying to go up, not down, if you know what I mean. So I'm not going to say what I want to say to you guys, but we not only are praying for Dak to get better, but we also praying for you to get better too, with your thought process. You type of fans or what give Cowboy fans a bad name. And we ain't like that. All right. Now I don't know what's going on in your conglomerates. I don't know what's going on in your mind. What's happened to you as a child. But when you were dismantling those ants and torturing those bugs, somebody should have told you to stop. Now I'm sorry for what happened to you in your past, but enough of you. You, we're praying for you. Stop cheering for people to get hurt. And not to be hypocritical, I made a comment on Twitter on Sunday, and I was joking. I knew I shouldn't have did it, but I said this before Dak even got hurt. Um, I may have said something to the likes of secretly cheering for every Cowboy safety to get hurt so we can sign Earl Thomas. I said that, and I apologize. I shouldn't have said something like that. Not that we're in a politically correct culture or nothing like that. It's just that as football players, you should never wish for somebody to get hurt because that is a man behind the game, and he has a life, and we want them to be as healthy as possible. We don't cheer for other teams to get hurt because we want to beat them. We want to beat the teams that we hate, like the Eagles, at their full strength. So go ahead. Do whatever you guys can do. But to get better. But I digress. Back to the topic at hand, Cowboy fans, it is not over. It ain't over. And it took me a while because I know I've seen this before. I had to go back and I had to look at some film on Andy Dalton. I'm not going to lie to you. Honestly, I don't think Andy Dalton can lead anything. He's holding back his personality a lot, and it makes him come off as super corny. He's this is where you lose a lot of Dak leadership. Dak was a very relatable kind of person. He's probably, he could be sitting right next to me, and he wouldn't even say, "I'm the quarterback of the Cowboys, and I know more than." He's not that kind of person. He doesn't appear to be, but never met the guy, don't know. But Andy Dalton, I'm not saying Andy Dalton is that. But what I am saying is Andy has, I don't know how you say it. This seems like Andy doesn't always fit in with everybody. And Tony Romo, as we've come to find out, he didn't fit in with everybody either. His circle was the front office, which is very rare. I mean, it's a Ben Roethlisberger kind of thing. But I think Andy's circle is backup quarterbacks, punters, and kickers type of thing. And this is what I get. I don't, come on, guys, we can do it. It's not really something that a defensive lineman who really kind of wants to sack you is trying to hear. Come on, guys, we can go. Let's score a touchdown. And they're going to be like, "Man, Andy, just shut up and throw me the ball." All that said, speaking of shut up and throw me the ball, that's exactly what I think Andy can do. And I say can because he's a potential. He has potential, but he has proven potential. The thing is, and I've seen this before, starting quarterback who is supposed to lead his team to the promised land goes down for a season-ending injury. Gruesome as all outdoors. And backup quarterback comes in, different style, different personality, and somehow everything comes together. Keep in mind, the Cowboys have everything they need. We're down 2 offensive tackles, but other than that, we have everything we need. We're having line issues, but it looked like they figured it out. We have a top 5 running back. I saw 3 fingers, but 4 receivers: Cedric Wilson, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. We have 4 receivers that are capable of taking over a game all together at once. There's no reason why, I'm sorry, Dak, but there's no reason why you shouldn't find somebody every time you step back to pass. It's impossible for all 4 of these guys to be locked down by 4 corners or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I do know this. When we saw, and this is no jinx or nothing like that, this is a real comparison. 1999 St. Louis Rams. Trent Green goes down for the year. In steps Kurt Warner, a nothing, no name person, grocery bagger, arena league player. Steps in, and with his quick release, he turns what were a great group of guys into the greatest show on turf. Jerry Jones laughably compared this Cowboys team to the greatest show on turf, and I thought he lost his mind. But now that yeah, now that Dak is gone, and there's a quarterback that gets that ball out with a nice release, by the way, gets that ball out just like that, I can actually see it happening. Zeke is Marshall Falk. We don't have to compare our receivers to Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Isaac Keem, and Ricky Pro. We got to compare them. We have a tight end. I think their tight end escapes me the name of the tight end at that time, but can't even think of it. They had a good O line. All things said, there is no reason why Cowboys coaches shouldn't be talking about this very thing. There is a way that the Cowboys can become one of the most dangerous teams we've ever seen because they have every piece that they need. And they did not lose so much at the position of quarterback that you should throw it up. I really do. And I really, really want this. I really want the Cowboys to draft another quarterback. And I know realistically that's not going to happen because they just said Dak is the future. Well, dang it. If Dak is the future, you're not going to draft a Trey Lance, who I really would love to see in a Cowboy uniform. Trevor Lawrence isn't realistic. And I don't really think Justin Fields is as good as he may appear to be. But I really like Trevor Lance out of South Dakota, North Dakota. One of the two. Wherever Carson Wentz came from. I love that guy. I want to see him in a Cowboys uniform. But it's probably not going to happen. Since it's not going to happen, Andy Dalton, entertain us. Our team refuses to, they're not going to tank. We just don't, Jerry needs to sell tickets. These guys have a job and they can't suck at it just to get a quarterback that they don't know if they're going to see. Michael Gallup is not promised to be here next year. He has to ball out his contract year. So we won't be seeing Trevor Lawrence in Dallas. But we might see Kurt Warner in Dallas. This pressure goes on not even Andy Dalton, because I'm fully aware and I understand Andy Dalton he's as advertised. He's proved that on Sunday. But who this falls on is Kellen Moore. Not even the defense, because the change of style, we saw the defense flash in the change of style of the offense. Give the ball to Zeke more and you keep that defense off the field. You're going back to our 2014 recipe, and we got a winning football team. This falls on Kellen Moore. Kellen, you have to be a student of the game. Go back and look at what Mike Martz and Dick Vernier were doing with that St. Louis Rams team, and you will see your formula for success. It's duplicable. Is that a word? You can duplicate it. All right, so go back, check out that film, see whatever you can do, but Andy will get that ball out. Now, your job is to make sure that you have routes, your receiver coach, routes for them to get open quickly. When they get open quickly, they can do damage. CeeDee Lamb, run after catch. Michael Gallup, what happened to him? He looks like Terrell Owens, run after catch. Amari Cooper, run after catch. Cedric Wilson, run after catch. There's a way. Rest in football heaven to Dak Prescott. I don't know if he'll ever play another down for us again. We're going to talk about that later on, though. I'm going to let you guys get out of here, Cowboy Nation. It's still hope. We still got it. We're still alive. And our division sucks, so we might as well go to the playoffs for that. Peace.